Alrighty. Pains, injuries, feelings? Ah, okay. So some gentle twisting and some spinal mobility should feel really good. Okay, that's good. Tight, but not an injury specifically. Ah, okay, good. All right, so some spinal movement then and some hip area type of stuff. Okay. All right, good day, everyone. This is Stephen Chang coming to you live from 333 Grand in downtown Jersey City, New Jersey. Please visit my website, simhayoga.com, for the hybrid schedule, which is in person here at 333 Grand, as well as through Zoom. You can register for class through ubindi.com, and if you're watching this on YouTube, classes are $10, and you can pay through Venmo or PayPal. Payment information on the bottom of the video, as well as my website, simhayoga.com. Today's class is Intermediate Advanced Lab. Apparently, some concentration on the lower back and some hip therapy. All right, if you're working with any kind of special conditions or limitations, make sure that you do modify or skip poses altogether, making good decisions about your movement practice so that you don't create any injuries or perpetuate any injuries. If your hips or your lower back are tight, please elevate and sit up on some blocks, some blankets, so that you can find a lengthy, tall spine as you take a cross-legged position. All right, let the palms face up and the fingers come to Dhyana Mudra. Thumb and index fingers touching. Grounding evenly through your seat, elongate through your spine. And as you connect to your breath, let your inhales even out with your exhales. Three ohms together, inhale. Keeping the eyes closed. Hands together in prayer on front of the heart. Pressing the thumbs into your heart, heart back into thumbs. Lifting the heart up toward the sky. Setting your intention for yoga practice. Devoting your practice to someone or something or to yourself. Your supreme self that lives within your heart. Chanting the mantra for purification. Purifying the space in which you practice yoga. Call and response. Om Pavitraha, Om Pavitraha, Pavitrawa, Pavitrawa, Sarvavashtan, Sarvavashtan, Gatopiwa, Gatopiwa, Yaha Smarit, Yaha Smarit, Pundrikaksham, Pundrikaksham, Sapahya, Sapahya, Bihyandraha, Bihyandraha, Suchihi, Suchihi. Beginning to open the eyes and let the palms face up again. Fingers come back to Jnana Mudra. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, right ear to the right shoulder, right hand to the left side. Elongate through the left side of the neck. And then the chin toward the right shoulder. Continue to pull gently to the back of the head. Release back to center. Drop the right hand. Left ear to the left shoulder. Left hand to the right side. And then chin toward the left shoulder. Release back to center. Drop the left hand. Chin toward the chest. Big circles with the head in one direction. Ear to one side. Roll it back. Opposite side. Roll the center. A few more rounds. One more giant circle, chin back toward the chest and pause. And then take in the opposite direction. And then one more giant circle, chin back toward the chest. Lifting the chin parallel to the floor, neutral spine. Extending the legs forward, separating your feet. Hands supporting to either side. And turn your toes toward each other. And then roll them out. Draw in, roll out. Draw in. Outer rotation, circling. Come back to center, switch them around. And come back to center again. Cross your shins, taking the opposite crossing of the legs. Raise the arms up high and extend. Exhale, twist to the right. Back to center, arms up. Twist to your left. Back to center again. Side bends, right hand down, left arm overhead. Back up again, other side. Back to center, legs forward, forward fold. Good, well done. Draw back to center with your hands rotating outwardly. Walk your hands slightly back. Lift your chest, broaden your shoulders, gently looking up. Release. Separate your feet about mat width distance. Right hand behind you, left hand to inner left thigh, inner left leg, and gently twisting to right again. Roll to the outer right foot, inner left. Lift your feet and extend, reaching. Take the feet back down, square back to center, other side. Right hand inside the right leg, left hand behind you, gentle twist to your left. Then roll to outer left foot, inner right, lift and extend. Release, take it back to center, square back. Take the legs a little wider. Left hand to the floor, right arm is up, gently reaching forward, grabbing the foot, ankles or shins, re-lengthen your spine, and gently make your way forward. So just for you, you may not even need to go that far. Maybe just slightly off center forward will give you a little bit more space in the belly. Good. Take it back to center. Switch sides. Right hand to your floor. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, start to reach forward. Take it back to center. Again, hands rotating outwardly. This time, walk it slightly further back. Lift the chest, gently looking up. Release, take it back to center. Draw the left heel in. Right arm to inside the right leg, left arm overhead, and side bending. Start to release, left hand to your floor, step on the right foot, and lift, extend. Release, take it back to center, step the left foot down, roll to the outer right foot, and lift end. Stretch the other side. Release, take the feet back down, keep the left leg, press the left arm to inner left leg, and twist to the right. And release, extend the left leg out, square back to center, Draw the right heel in. Left arm inside the left leg, right arm overhead, and side bending over to the left. Take it back up, right hand to the floor, step the left foot down, lift your seat, and extend. Release, square back, switch sides, step the right foot down, roll to outside the left foot, lift and extend. Take the seat back down, keep the right leg, press your right arm to inner right leg, and twist your left. Release, square back, extending the right leg out. This time, walking hands even further back. Maybe your palms are flat, fingertips pointing away from you. Lift your chest, and then draw the head back. Maybe even sway out your shoulders side to side. So massaging your upper back, and then also bringing some shoulder mobility. Maybe even think about drawing some circle type of shapes with your shoulders. All right, come back to stillness. Take the gaze to look forward, and then walking your hands back in, lifting your torso back up. So lengthy spine, hands are on the floor, fingers are on the floor supporting. Lengthen, draw the shoulders back, gaze looking forward, and then pressing into your fingers to slowly lean the torso forward, leading with your heart center. Once you get to a certain point, right, if you start to feel like you're rounding your spine, go ahead and stop, right? And hold there, allowing your muscles to start to adjust to the shape and the stretch. If you have a little bit more in you, you can walk your hands forward and then start to go a little bit further. Once you get to, again, that certain point where you start to feel like you're rounding your spine, stop and then take a few breaths, and then see after a few breaths if you can go even further. And begin to release. Gently walk your hands back in. With your hands to your inner thighs, pull the knees up, step the feet to the floor, soles of feet together, knees apart, and then let's butterfly your knees just a little bit. And then come back to stillness. Left hand stays on the floor, right hand gently press your right inner thigh away from you. So beginning to find stretch to the inner right thigh, inner right hip. Release, switching sides, right hand down, left hand pressing your inner left thigh away from you. Release, square back. Again, fingertips turn away from you, hands slightly back. Take the soles of feet actively together, and then actively also draw the knees down toward the floor. Lift your chest, gently looking up. Come back to neutral. Let the feet come slightly further forward, creating a diamond shape. Tadasana. Grabbing the inner feet, or thread the arms underneath, and then gently leaning forward. So with Joe, if you can maintain that lengthy lower back, maybe you could just round your cervical spine and maybe control the movement to just your upper spine. See if you can think about tucking your tail down, but then rounding just your upper back. See if you can isolate that so that you can create some space to the upper spine without compromising your lower spine. Right? It's a very subtle movement between the two. All right, starting to release. Step the feet to the floor, pivot to your heels, and then let's windshield wipe your knees side to side. All right, come back to stillness. Step the left heel in and slightly forward, and the right ankle on top of the left knee. Make sure you flex your right foot, and then step the left heel in, press into your hands, and sit up taller. And then rock your hips side to side. Right? Very deliberate movements, not too much gravity, but using the momentum going side to side, but very deliberately. All right, come back to stillness, and then press into your hands on your left heel and lift your seat for three-legged tabletop. Take the seat back down. Drop the knees over to your left. And so Jessica, you're going to go left, and then Joe, you're going to go right. Right hand behind you. Left arm is up. Inhale. Exhale, twist to the right. Seated spinal twist. Take it back to center. Counter twist to your left. Square back to center, lifting the knees back up. You're going to slide the left foot out to the left side, to the right side, and draw the right heel back. So now your legs are in the letter S. Walk your hands over to the left. And so Jessica, you're going to stay there. On the exhale, twist deeper as you bow forward about halfway. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist and deepen your forward fold and your twist. Begin to draw back up to center. Keep the legs counter twist to the right. Back to center, left hand down, lift the hips, right arm up and back behind you. And then right arm up over the right ear, reaching toward the left side for the side stretch. And then release, gently take your feet down. Step the right foot down, maybe slightly further away from you, and then pivot to the heel. Hands support to either side of the left leg. Roll the right knee forward, roll the right knee back. Roll the right knee forward, roll the right knee back. Roll forward, roll back. Keep rolled back. So, Joe, rather than heel forward from you, to the side of you, so that there's more space for you to roll into. There you go. Okay, so roll back. Right hand pressing against your inner right thigh for the hip opening. And start to release. Extend both legs forward. Just gently shake it out. All right, second side. Step the right foot down. Left ankle on top of the right knee. Step the right heel in. Flex your left foot and sitting up tall. Start to rock your knees gently side to side. Right, very deliberate movements. Right? Oftentimes, you can just go with momentum side to side, and you're not really controlling the movement, right? I want you to be deliberate in moving. All right, the next time, you drop your knees over to the right side, sitting up tall. Left hand behind you. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, twist to your left. Keep the legs. Inhale back to center. Exhale, counter twist to the right. Back to center again, lifting your shins, lifting your knees. Press your hands down, lift the feet. And taking your seat back down. Slide the right foot over to your left side. Swing the left heel back behind you, a reverse letter S. Walk your hands over to the right. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist and bow forward about halfway. Stopping about halfway. Inhale again. Exhale, twist deeper. Bow forward a little bit more. Release. Inhale back to center. Exhale, counter twist to the left. Back to center again. Right hand down. Lift up on the shins. Left arm up and behind you. Right? Across the shoulders and going into a back bend and a heart opener. Then raise your left arm up over the left ear, reaching toward the right side for the side stretch. Release, take your seat back down, keep the right leg, but step the left foot over to the left side. So there should be about 2 feet, and if you're a little bit taller, if your hips are a little bit tighter, you can go a little bit further, right? Pivot to the heel. Hands to either side of the right leg for support. You're going to roll the left knee forward, roll the left knee back, roll the left knee forward, roll the left knee back, roll forward, roll back 2 more times, roll forward, roll back, roll forward, roll back. Keep rolled back. Left hand, gently press your inner left thigh away. And release. Extend the right leg forward, extend left leg forward, and again, shake it out. All right, when you're ready, swing the legs back behind you, hands and knees. Let's take some cat-cows. So for Joe, when you do the cat part, right, rather than doing cat, you're going to go neutral. So you're going to go back bend, neutral, back bend, neutral, okay? All right, on the inhale, draw the navel down, raise your tail, raise the back of the head. This is your cow pose. Exhale, round the back, cat pose. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Come back to neutral. Step the right foot back, tucking your toes under, and reach back through the right heel. So it's a nice right calf stretch. All right. Shift back forward a little bit. Pick up the right foot. Cross it over your left leg. And then reach back through your right heel again. Shift back forward, release, step the right foot over to the right side. And walking your hands forward about a foot or so, and then shift your seat back in space, but keep the resistance of your hands and shift back. So now you should feel an inner right thigh stretch and a right hamstring stretch. And just shift back. You don't have to sit down toward the heels. You're just shooting the weight back toward the seat through your tail. And release. Walk your hands over to the left side. Left arm comes down. Right hand reaching out to the left side and extend. So now you're going to your right shoulder, outer right arm, underside of the right armpit, shoulder joint, I mean. And then start to walk your hands back in, lifting up, and then walking over to the other side. This time, left forearm down, and right arm out, and forward fold. And so normally I would go into a twist here, but I think I'll go easy on the twist and just work on the hamstrings and the hips instead. All right, walking hands back in, and then standing on the left knee, gate pose. And so walking hands in, standing on the left knee, gate pose, arms parallel, and then side bending over to the right. Take it back up, side bending to the left. Keep the left hand, pick up the right foot, bend your right knee, reach back to bind to the foot and kick back. If you're not able to bind, maybe just pick up your foot and reach in opposition. Right? Otherwise, you're looking to bind. All right? Starting to release. Take it back down. Rise back up. Hands forward. Take the right knee down. Let's take a down dog. And then pedaling out the legs, just giving your left knee a little bit of a release, a little bit of a rest. All right. Once you've pedaled out a little bit, take the knees back down. Hands and knees. Let's take a few cat-cows again. Inhale. Draw the navel down. Raise your tail. Raise the back of the head. Exhale. Round the spine. Inhale. Arch. Exhale. Round. Inhale. Arch. Exhale. Round. Come back to neutral. Step the left foot back, tucking your toes under, and then reach back through your left heel for the left calf stretch. Then shift back forward, pick up the left foot, cross it over to the right side. Once you have a secure position, reach back through the left heel. Shift back forward, release, pick up the left foot, step it out to the left side. Then walking hands forward, about a foot, and then pressing into your hands, just shoot the weight back toward the tail and just lean the weight back. Yeah, it should still give you a side view here. All right, so walking your hands forward and then shoot back through your tail and then firmly press into your hands for resistance. Release. Lift back up. Then walk your hands over to the right side. Take your right forearm to the floor. With your left hand, reach forward and extend. So you're getting into your left arm, left shoulder, left side ribs, and then the underside of your left shoulder joints. Begin to lift back up, walk it back in, switch directions, going over to the left side. Right forearm comes down, left arm reaching out. Lift back up, walk it back in, and then standing on the right knee, Coming into gate pose. Arms parallel, side bending over to the left. Take it back up, side bending over to the right. Then you have the options of picking up the left foot, staying there, or bending your left knee and binding hand to foot and kicking back. Okay, good. And start to release. Step the left foot back. Rise back up. Walk your hands forward. Left knee down. Down dog. And pedaling out the legs. Inhale. Right heel up. Open up the hips. Bend the right knee. As you reach your right knee toward the sky, left heel is reaching downwards toward the floor. Raise your right leg back up. Square off your hips. Stepping your right foot forward. Warrior one. Left hand grabbing your right wrist. Extend up and side bend to your left. Back to center. Switch sides. Extend. Side bending to the right. Back to center, hands to the hips, draw the elbows back, broaden your chest, pressing your thumbs to your lower back for support, lift to take the gaze up. Come back to neutral, slightly rotate the torso to your left. With a neutral spine, you're going to hinge forward at the hips. Go only as far forward as you feel comfortable. If you feel that you can go further down, you can take the hands down to the floor, but keep a neutral spine. Crown of the head reaching forward, tailbones reaching back. So I'll give you a front view here. All right, so from this position, neutral spine, hinge forward. Stay here in a more neutral position. Or if you feel good to take the hands to the floor, take the hands down. But try not to, for today, try not to take the regular devotional warrior, but instead a devotional warrior with the hand supporting and a neutral spine. And then from this position, you're going to walk your hands slightly back. As you shift back, you're going to lengthen out the right leg. And again, try to keep a more neutral spine, which means your head is maybe lifted a little bit. Upper back is resisting and lifting away from floor with your fingertips on the floor or on a block. Walk your right hand to the inside of the right foot, triangle. Left arm up. Extended triangle, left palm to face down and reach forward. Half bind, left arm up and behind you, either to your lower back, or if your left hand can reach for the inner right thigh, you can take that. Keep the half bind. Bend your right knee for side angle. Taking your hand to the inside of the foot, you want to press your right tricep to the inner right knee back into your right tricep. If you have the elbow to top of the shin, stay there. Or the top of the knee, or the top of the right thigh, stay there. Extended side angle. Raise your left arm up and reach to the front of the room. Inhale all the way back up. Reverse warrior. Hands to the floor. Right foot stepping back plank. Take the knees down. Knees, chest, and chin. Roll forward to a cobra. And then down dog. Inhale, left heel up. Open up the hips, bend the left knee. Left knee is reaching up, right heel is reaching down. Re-extend the left leg, square out your hips, stepping your left foot forward. Warrior one, arms up high, and extend. Right hand catching your left wrist, pull, and then side bending over to the right. Back to center, switch hands, extend, side bending to the left. Back to center again. Hands to the hips. Draw the elbows back. As you draw the elbows back, press your thumbs to your lower back for support, lifting your chest, gently looking up. Keep your hands. Come back to neutral with your spine. Slightly rotate the torso to the right. Keep a neutral spine and start to hinge at the hips. Go only as far forward as you feel comfortable here. If you have a little bit more range, keeping that neutral spine, you can take the hands to the floor. So this is a devotional warrior modification with your hands on the floor and the spine in a neutral, lengthy position. So crown of the head reaching forward, upper back is lifting, so you have a much more neutral spinal position. All right, keep the neutral spine, keep your hands supporting, start to lengthen out the left leg. Triangle, walk your left hand to the inside of the left foot, raise your right arm up and extend. Right palm facing down, reach forward, extended triangle. Half bind, right arm up and behind you, either to your lower back or your inner left thigh if you can reach, and continue to let your shoulders stack. Keep a half bind, bend your left knee, half bound side angle. You can take the elbow to top of the left thigh. If you have the hand to the floor, press your left tricep into your inner left leg back into your tricep so there is resistance. Extended side angle, raise your right arm up and forward, reaching. Inhale, come all the way back up, reverse warrior. Hands to the floor, left foot, stepping back plank. Inhale, one breath. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. And then slide forward to an cobra. And then down dog. Inhale, right heel up. Step the right foot forward. Left knee comes down, crescent moon. Extra padding to your left knee as you need. And then walk your hands to the top of the thighs and lunging forward. And let's stay here, just working here into your left quads. And then wrap the hands back behind you, interlace your fingers, draw the shoulders to open. Take a deeper back bend, but also a broadening of your shoulders, heart opener. Then start to release, right arm to right leg, left arm overhead for the side stretch. You can also take the right hand down if you can reach down easily. Back to center, other side. And release the hands to the floor. Turn the right toes out at an angle. And you're going to be very, very mindful about flexing your right foot and rolling to the side of the foot, picking up the sole of the foot off the floor. Yeah. And then left hand stays down, and with your right hand, gently press your right thigh away. If you feel flexible enough and you feel controlled enough to even feel like you can sway your hips side to side, going into that right hip joint a little bit more fully, but be very mindful about your movement, right? You're not pushing too hard. You're not dropping the weight too hard. It's a very, very deliberate movement of rocking side to side to go into the hip joints in a different range of motion. All right, let's come back to stillness. You're going to step the right foot back down for lizard. Walk your hands forward about a foot or so. Either keep your arms extending and just lean forward, or if you can take your forearms down, take your forearms down. You can always take your forearms to a block if you want. All right, we're going to lift up slightly. Angle the torso over to your left, and then again, take the left arm down, right hand reaching forward. So the right elbow's off the floor, right arm is active as you reach your right fingertips forward and to your left, you're tractioning your fingertips against the floor and really walk it out. All right, begin to walk it back in. Turn the right toes back forward. Frame your hands either side of the right foot. Tuck the left toes under, coming into your pyramid. And using a block if you need to. And again, if you're okay to fold forward, you can fold forward more deeply. If you want to keep a more neutral spine and lift the upper back and the head away from the floor so you can keep a more safe spinal position, do that. Right? You can still feel a lot of tension into the stretch of the right leg, whether you're folding forward actively or you're lifting the torso away from the floor, right? So it really depends on what your needs are, but you can still feel lots of stretch into your right leg, back of the right leg. Half moon. Bend your right knee, right hand forward about a foot, a little bit off to the right side. Tip forward, reach your left arm up, left heel back, and stack. You may stay here, or if you're looking to bind, left hand to the left foot, or both hands to your left foot. Begin to release, break, step the left foot all the way back. Warrior two. Lengthen out the right leg, turn the right toes to the left side. Toes are just a little bit turned in, hands to the hips. Inhale, lift for a slight back bend. Exhale when you're ready, forward fold. And again, when you're taking a forward fold, you can fold forward all the way, or if you're looking to find a more neutral spine, you can keep your hands on the floor or onto a block. As you lengthen out the legs, tails reaching back, crown of the head reaching forward. So Joe, because of your disc issues, let's come back to that more neutral position. Good. There you go. All right, so for those of us working with any kind of spinal issues, right, especially with like bulging discs or stuff like that, rather than doing a forward fold where you round the spine or you go too deeply into a forward fold, you can always take the torso in a more neutral position and less of a degree in the forward fold, right? So in a forward folding position like this, in a standing position, you can always take elevation, right? And keep a neutral spine, right? Or even if you're on your fingers, as long as you're not going too deep into a forward fold, right? This could still be quite therapeutic and productive to correcting bulging disc issues and stuff like that. All right, let's take a twist together. Left hand comes to center, reach your right arm out and up for gentle twist. Right hand comes down, switch sides. Left arm up to twist. Left hand comes back down, square off, and then to come safely out of the pose. Bend the knees slightly, let the seat drop a little bit. Lift the head, lift the upper back, shift the weight back toward the heels, which lightens the load to the front bodies, and through the strength of your quads and neutral spine. Make your way up to warrior two, expand the arms, turn the right toes forward. Inhale, reverse warrior, hands to the floor, right foot stepping back plank. Take a vinyasa of choice. You can do a chaturanga up dog, down dog, or straight back to down dog, your choice. All right, when you're ready, second side. Left leg up, stepping, and left foot forward, crescent moon, right knee comes down, extra padding to your right knee as you need. Once you set up your base, your legs, hands to top of the thighs, and then lunge your hips forward, right quad stretch. Then wrap the hands back behind you, interlace, non-dominant thumb on top, broaden the chest even more. And then if you have a deeper back bend, you can take that again. to side stretch, left arm to the top of the left leg, right arm overhead, or if you can more easily touch, you can easily touch down, left hand to the floor. Switch sides, right hand down, left arm overhead. Then release your left hand down. You're going to turn the left toes out at an angle. Left thigh also turns out. Right hand stays on the floor for support, and then start to roll to the side of the left foot. So make sure you continue to flex your ankle, right? You don't want it to be in a pointed position like this to roll out. Your foot is sickled. You're not supported. You maybe want to walk it in a little bit. Stay flexing with your foot. Roll to the side of the foot so the sole of the foot comes off the floor. Then gently press your inner left thigh away from you. All right, once you get a few breaths in, if you feel like you can effectively roll side to side and move your hip joint a little bit, sway out your hips, or lift and lower the hips a little bit so you can get a different spot. It's a very deliberate movement, please. All right, let's come back to stillness and then stepping your left foot back down. Walk your hands forward for your lizard. Hands come forward about a foot, lowering your forearms down. All right, lift the elbows up a little bit. Walk your hands further to the right. You're going to lower your right arm down again. Left hand on your fingertips. Reach forward and to the right side. All right, walk it back in. Lift back up. Take it back to center. Turn the left toes forward and then walk your left foot in a little bit. Pyramid. Frame your left foot with your hands. Tuck the right toes under. With your hands supporting, first lengthen through the spine. And for those of you who are healthy and safe to forward fold, you can forward fold more deeply with your torso. If it's better for you to resist, pressing your fingertips down, lifting your head, lifting the upper back for more neutral spine, that works in this forward fold as well. So the intensity onto the back of the left leg, still there, whether you're folding forward more actively or lifting away from the floor. Bend the front knee, half moon. Left hand forward about a foot, lobe off to left side. Tip forward, reach right heel back, reach right arm up, extending. Once you connect with your balance, if you choose to bind, go ahead and bind again. Right hand, right foot, or both hands to the right foot. Starting to break, step it back. Warrior two. Once you have your balance, warrior two, straddling for bend, lengthen out the left leg, turn the left toes to right side, toes adjust, slightly turn in, hands to the hips. Inhale, lift up, and a slight back bend to prepare. Come back up to neutral. You can always bend your knees and drop your seat a little bit. Hinge at the hips with the neutral spine. Take the hands to the floor. Once your hands are touching down, inhale, re-lengthen your spine, re-lengthen your legs. Exhale, make your forward fold, either folding forward with a more neutral spine, taking it deeper, or again, resisting with your hands, pressing your fingertips to the floor, lift the head and the upper torso, and coming more to a more neutral position with your spine as you take that forward fold. All right, this time let's take it into the hips. So with both hands on the floor, you're going to bend your right knee, shift your seat toward the right heel for the inner left thigh stretch and the right hip. Take it back to center, bend your left knee, shift to your left. Back to center with both hands supporting, bend the knees, let the seat drop a little bit, lift the head, lift the upper back. Shift the weight back toward the heels, through the strength of your quads and a neutral spine, rise up. Warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, hands to the floor, chaturanga, dog down, dog. Left leg up, left knee in toward the nose, pigeon. Left thigh angles out, inch your right knee further back, walk your hands back, elongate. And then once you're set, make your way forward. If you like additional variations, feel free. Just realized this playlist we're listening to today is actually in development, and I actually haven't completed it. The next few songs are going to be loud. So I'm like, oh no, let me look for something a little bit quieter to kind of like transition into. Nice. No, just selections from the album, and I was just gonna mix a whole bunch of other stuff in on this kind of like this kind of tempo. But clearly, I found some really great Pearl Jam songs. But then it's not going to be death metal or anything. But the next few songs are going to be loud. Alrighty. When you're ready to break, let's make your way back up. Lift the torso back up. Tuck the right toes under. Shift back to the down dog. All right, second side. Right leg up. Draw the right knee in. Line that shin to the floor. Angle out the right side. Inch your left knee further back, lowering your hips. Walk your hands back. Elongate. And then once you're set, make your way forward. If you're working with variations, repeat what you did on the first side, whatever that was. Yeah, that second side of a full lotus, so much harder. But that's the reason why we all have to make sure that we do the full lotus on both uh, the dominant side and the non-dominant side, because if only doing it the dominant side, you get very uneven. Yeah, I think that's why they say long-time Ashtanga yogis have right knee joint issues because they always take the right leg on top when they do the full lotus. So if you keep doing that and then on top of that you do other movements along with it, arm balancing, whatever, you just stress it out so much that um, it becomes a problematic issue. Alrighty, let's start to break. Walk your hands back in, tuck the left toes under, and gently pressing back to the down dog. And then coming forward into a plank, taking the knees down. Let's take Virasana. Inner thighs together, knees together. Walk your feet a little bit wider. and then start to lower your seat. If you need to sit down on a block, please do so. So I have tight thighs and knees, so I'm not able to sit all the way down. Normally, if I have a block, I would sit up on a block or a blanket. So the way to modify that, if you cannot sit all the way down and you don't have the assist, is to just use your hands to either side and make sure you're fully supporting, and then only lower the seat to the point that you feel a good amount of stretch to your thighs and to your knees without overstressing them. Right? We're just going to take a whole bunch of breaths here, allowing the knees to get a very nice stretch. Three more deep breaths. All right, to come out of the pose, start to lean forward, walk your hands forward, and you're going to go into yogic squat. Tuck the toes under, and then gently draw the heels toward the floor. If you need to go a little higher with your torso supporting with the hands, go ahead. If you can free up your hands together in prayer. Yeah, wider will be easier. Yeah, good. All right, wherever you are, start to take your seat down. Extend the legs forward. Gently lowering onto your back. Bridge pose. Bend your knees. Feet are separated. With the fingertips, feel for the back of the heels. And once you're set, press your heels down, lift your feet, standing on the upper back and the back of the head. Your arms can stay parallel to either side of the hips, or you can interlace your hands underneath you. If you choose to interlace your hands underneath you, you can then walk your shoulders in even more closely. All righty, let's start to break. Release all the way down. Once you take your seat down, walk your feet out about mat width distance, and then windshield wipe your knees side to side once again. The next time you draw your knees over to the right, let the knees draw all the way down, and then you're going to take right ankle on top of the left knee and gently press down. That's right. Go ahead and step the right foot down, and then windshield wiper your knees side to side once again. And then next time, dropping your knees over to the left side, stay down, and then take left ankle on top of the right knee, and gently pressing down. And go ahead and release your left foot back down. Windshield wipe your knees side to side again. Coming back to stillness, slide the legs forward, Shavasana, final relaxation. Feet are separated, toes turning out, arms alongside the body, palms face up, eyes closed. Beginning to draw your breath back in, moving your fingers and your toes. Reach the arms overhead, stretching in opposite directions, rolling over to the right and come up to a comfortable cross-legged position. Let's take a non-dominant shin on top. And then reconnecting to an even seat, a lengthy spine, shoulders broad, breath deep, and let the neck be free. Inhale for Om. Hands together in prayer, bowing forward, sealing in the practice. Inhale, come up. Namaste. Thank you so much for being here this morning. And thank you for sharing your practice with me. My name is Stephen Chang, coming to you live from 333 Grand in downtown Jersey City, New Jersey. Please visit my website, simhayoga.com, for the hybrid schedule, which is in person here at 333 Grand as well as through Zoom. You can register for class through ubindi.com, and if you're watching this on YouTube, classes are $10, and you can pay through Venmo or PayPal. Payment information on the bottom of the video, as well as my website, simhayoga.com. Thank you again for joining me. See you next time.